What's up, guys, and welcome to the trailer of HD Movie Talk. If you're wondering what
Oh
HD Movie
yeah.
Talk is, the H is my friend Harlan over here, who you probably know as
Hey,
TikTok as Fluffy
Fluffy
Duffy.
Duffy. That's me.
I don't know why you're acting like a weird hype man. This is a weird start, but
Oh yeah.
the D stands for Beans, as in Dean's Beans, also in TikTok, as in me.
I would argue that the D stands for Dean, as in Dean's beans.
We've talked about this, Harlan.
But
Okay,
whatever.
it stands for beans.
Okay.
Okay,
All
so
right.
but
All right.
but
All right.
let's not argue in our first podcast episode. It's not an episode; it's a trailer. But we're going to talk about what we're doing on this podcast, and it's many things. We are a podcast of many talents.
Oh yeah. We're basically like a
Go on.
talent show.
Off to a
Oh,
roaring start. What a
oh yeah.
success. So basically, let me tell you what we're actually doing and leave this idiot to figure his life out. Sorry, that was a little harsh. Um, so we're going to have 3 different mini series, which we switch between every week. So we'll do one week, the second the next week, third the next week, and so on and so forth until the end of time. Harlan, do you want to explain what our first show is?
All right. Our first show is called The Silver Lining, where we take a movie, a bad one, and we talk about the bad stuff in it and then some of the good stuff too. And then after that, we try to make it a better movie.
Yeah,
That's
and the
the concept.
first episode is The Phantom Menace. So episode 1 is episode 1. And listen, if you want to hear us dog on The Phantom Menace, listen to that. And if you want to hear us improve it, listen to that as well. It's not very difficult to improve.
Usually, you need to just take out all the racist characters, and there you go.
Yeah. Yeah, and there's a few other stuff, but let's not improve it here. Let's talk about the second show, because the week after that, we're doing a show that is called News and Reviews, and if you don't like apostrophes. And that's basically where we talk about the new movie news of the last 3 weeks, as well as reviewing some of the new content that has been out in the last 3 weeks.
So yeah, I'll basically just give you a dump of information to keep you up to news with all DC, Marvel movies in general, but preferably DC and Marvel
Yeah, because that's our wheelhouse, we
oh
get
yeah.
our interests and your interests as well. But we'll be talking about that. Do you want to say what the third show is?
The third show is The Guest's Best, where we bring a guest in from TikTok or around, and they bring in their favorite movie, and we talk about it.
Yeah, and we dog on it. We bring them in and we insult their favorite movie to their
Oh yeah.
faces.
Yeah.
No, we won't. We appreciate our guests, even though we haven't had any yet. You're saying from
Yes.
around makes it sound like we're pulling people off the street.
We got homeless Jeffkin today with his favorite movie,
Yeah, well,
Blade
that
Trinity.
why is it Blade Trinity? I don't. Why are you
I see.
assuming homeless people have a bad taste in movies? I think this isn't.
Well, he just likes Ryan Reynolds. I don't know.
Well, now you've gotten to know what this podcast is going to be, because the week after that we're going back to the silver lining and so on and so forth. We
Yes.
should talk about us as people, as TikTokers, as human beings.
Oh
My
yeah.
first question for you is, how do you feel when someone refers to you as a TikToker? Because it still makes me somewhat uncomfortable.
Well, I mean, just like somebody referring to me as anything but myself is still strange. Um,
So
TikToker, especially my boss, like brags about me at work. He's like, "My Harlan here has a following on TikTok," and then people ask me, "Oh, do you do dances and stuff?" So
okay,
that's my take.
here's a quick story for you. We're going off track immediately, which is a good taste for what this podcast is going to be like. But I told my family I had TikTok when I got to probably about 2,000 followers,
Mhm.
and
Okay.
I told them, like, not all at the same time, because that would have been weird. It wasn't like I was coming out of the closet or anything. And so I went to them and I went, "Oh, I've got about 1,000 followers on TikToks," and every single one of them were, "Oh, what do you post?" And then every single time I would go dances. And then every single time for a moment, they would look really shocked and they'll be like, "Wait a minute, no, you're not." And I'm still yet to post a dance, but it's coming one day.
Oh, you think so? I
Yeah.
have no plans to do a video of me dancing.
I would pay good money to see that,
You would?
Not
To get
good
money?
money. I'd pay a small sum.
Like, what are we talking here? Like 20
Like,
bucks?
yeah. Like, how much money would you need to do it? I don't know
I
how
don't
much
know.
20 bucks
I
is.
I
I'm in
haven't
for it.
thought about this yet, so I
I'm in
guess
for
we'll
it. I
see.
don't. Is 20 bucks like what? Like, I don't know.
Well, 50 was about like 35 pounds, I think.
Yeah, we worked this out the other day. These are the
Yeah.
kind of riveting conversations we have off camera. But
um,
onto what I was actually going to talk to you about. I
yes.
think often we get asked the same questions on TikTok over and over again,
Mm-hmm.
which isn't a bad thing. We appreciate you guys, most of you. So I thought we'd take this opportunity to answer all of these questions now.
Okay.
So I think the question I get most on TikTok is, who is your favorite Avenger? So do you want to take that away?
Well, see, this is pretty easy for me because I literally don't even need to say a word. I can literally just go like,
For those listening, he is currently flashing me his Spider-Man tattoo that is on his shoulder while simultaneously wearing a Spider-Man t-shirt.
So it's got to be Spider-Man for me on that one.
Good answer. Solid answer. He's up there for me,
Thank you.
definitely. But my favorite would have to be my boy, Vision. He's been a favorite of mine for many years now, and I think his introduction to the MCU was done well. So there you go. I'm more of a quirky character than Harlan. Oh,
Okay.
I'm so interesting.
Hold on. So hold on. What, as like a little, like 10-year-old? Wait, how long has Vision been your favorite superhero?
Well, I don't know. I think it was definitely after the first Avengers movie came up, but before the second one. And I
Okay,
think it
so
was before Vision was announced for the
let's
second
say
one.
you were like what,
Like 10 years ago,
12?
let's say. I don't know, something
Like,
like that.
yeah, so you're
Yeah.
like 8-ish, 10-ish.
Yeah.
What made you choose Vision? Because like I had no interest in that character.
I don't know. I liked the power of intangibility and I like that sort of thing. And then while growing up, I've enjoyed different aspects of Vision, like the Tom King Vision run, which is a lot more like existential and about being human and stuff like that. But I couldn't tell you. I think it might just be cool powers and a cool design. I remember one day after school when I was a wee lad, I went to the library in my local town, went onto the computer, and spent about an hour reading the entire Wikipedia page for Vision, the
Oh,
Marvel character. And that's
wow.
like, yeah, I was a weird
I don't
kid.
think I've ever done that.
Yeah, but look who's laughing now. No one. I have a mild
I'm
following.
laughing.
Okay. Well, the next question I was going to ask you is, what is your favorite movie?
My favorite movie. That is a question I'm asked a lot, and I feel like I can't answer it properly
Okay, moving on to
because.
me then. No, I'm joking.
But I'd have to go. I just like this is just one I've chose, and I've just stuck with Prisoners. Have you ever seen that movie?
I
Hugh
haven't, but
Jackman.
I added it to my watch list because I knew it was your favorite. I'm a good friend
Yes,
like that.
it's a crime drama. It's like also a mystery, so you could try solving it as the movie goes on.
Oh,
I
I
think
didn't
that's
know that.
fun. Yeah, it's a
I'm gonna have to watch it soon. I'm gonna have to figure out where I can watch it. My answer,
Hulu.
just like Harlan's I don't have Hulu in this country.
You don't have Hulu?
We're not technologically advanced as you are. We don't have these fancy websites or okay. Anyway, my favorite movie is just as easy to answer, and it as Harlan's first question, it just involves me doing this.
Oh,
For everyone at home who is
Baby
listening
Driver.
and not watching, there's a big Baby Driver posted by me, just like I'm sure you would know if you have seen any of my TikToks.
Not the Truman Show, not your profile picture, I guess.
Truman Show is probably like third for me. I really love it. In the UK, Prisoners is on Netflix for all our UK listeners.
Oh, is it really?
Yes, I just checked.
That's weird.
So there we go.
Weird.
I can watch it on Netflix. Oh, Jake Gyllenhaal. What a lad.
Oh
I'm
yeah,
going to
Jake
watch this
Gyllenhaal's in it.
soon. Okay. Anyway, next question. I think equally most asked question for me is, what is your favorite MCU movie?
Okay, that's a really hard question because so many of them are good. But I have to go with Captain America Civil War because I think that movie has the most interesting character arcs.
It's a solid answer. I can respect that as an answer,
And
you know.
Spider-Man. And Spider-Man.
Who's that? This is a new character I'm working on. Guy who's never heard of Spider-Man. It's funny because that guy doesn't exist. Okay.
Tobey Maguire. Oh yeah, he was great in The Great Gatsby.
Said no one ever. I'm sure people have said that. My favorite MCU movie has to be Thor Ragnarok. I think it's very funny and it's very different kind of style to a lot of the others. And I think I really enjoy the revitalization of Thor. I think Hulk works really well in that. And of course, it's got Jeff Goldblum in. That like makes it 10 times better if a movie has Jeff Goldblum in.
I think Thor Ragnarok is at least top 3. At least top 3.
I respect that.
Because it's like they're all like tied, and it's just you got to pick one.
Yeah, I think my second is probably Guardians of the Galaxy, and then maybe like Infinity War, Civil War, the first Avengers movie, top 5-ish.
Guardians of the Galaxy has, I think, the only one that comes close is Avengers Endgame, but has the best score, like music.
Yeah. And then just portals in Avengers Endgame, though.
That's iconic.
To be fair, speaking to you, I do really like the Spider-Man Homecoming score.
Oh yeah, I bought the entire album on iTunes.
Did you? Why?
Yeah,
I don't know. Have you not heard of Spotify?
Well, this was before I didn't have Spotify Premium.
Well, then why didn't you just wait until Spotify was invented?
You know what? I'm gonna swim over there, and I'm just gonna rip down your Baby Driver poster, both of them.
Yeah, this sounds like an innuendo. I promise it's not. But just before we recorded, I did show Harlan my secret Baby Driver poster.
Oh yeah, he showed me his secret Baby Driver.
Never been seen on TikTok before. Okay, next question. As we both gave Marvel answers, who is your favorite DC superhero?
I'm really basic when it comes to this one. I gotta go Batman. He's just cool. Maybe Nightwing. Maybe.
I get Batman. Nightwing. Nightwing's definitely up there for me. But if you're Batman, I guess this makes us a good duo because my favorite is Superman. I've said it before, and I think it sounds a little dumb to say, but I think he's a little underrated as a character. There's some solid stuff there.
Not much depth. There's not much depth behind Superman.
Well, you're going to have a lot of death behind you. Sorry.
Wow. All right. Okay. We're getting some threats over here.
You threatened my secret Baby Driver post. I'm going to...
What's 911 in Britain? What's 911?
999.
No, it's stupid.
Wow. Okay. This is taking a turn. Let's try and get something we can agree on, hopefully. 2 more questions, I think. What is your favorite superhero movie ever? Is that also Captain America Civil War?
No.
Why did you laugh like that?
I got Spider-Man 2002. My favorite superhero flick.
So why do you prefer that to Spider-Man 2?
Nostalgia. Purely nostalgia.
Okay.
Objectively, I can admit that Spider-Man 2 is better than the first Spider-Man.
Yeah. No, I get that. I can respect this. Mine has to be Spider-Verse.
Wow, really? Spider-Verse over Dark Knight?
Spider-Verse. I love Spider. It's like my second favorite movie ever. I just think I love it so much. My second favorite superhero movie ever would have to be Logan, and then it would probably be The Dark Knight.
Oh, Logan is really... I forgot about Logan. Logan's really good.
Good job, Logan. So is The Dark Knight your favorite DC movie?
No.
Ooh.
Joker's my favorite
Joker.
DC.
I wouldn't have guessed that. I need to rewatch Joker. I've got mixed feelings just from thinking about it, not from watching it.
I don't like Christian Bale's Batman. I don't like Christian Bale's Batman that much.
I don't like him as Batman, to be honest, but I think I don't like him as Batman, but I can respect the fact that they're well-made movies, and of course Heath Ledger is amazing. I've said it before, like right above me, where I'm looking at right now, because my monitor's up, I just have a picture of Heath Ledger peeking at me like this as the Joker.
Keeps you on edge.
It does. It's why I'm so manic.
I love The Dark Knight, and Batman's good in it too, but I just don't like his voice. I can't take his voice
Yeah,
serious
I get
at
that.
all.
I get that. Okay, two more questions. Did I already say
Two
that?
more.
I've actually got two more questions. I'm just making these up as I go along, if you can't tell.
Okay.
The next question is, what is your favorite DCEU movie?
That's a. I have not seen Birds of Prey.
Okay.
I'll start off with that. I have not seen Birds of Prey. I heard that was good, but I just
It's
haven't
pretty
seen
good. It's definitely not one of my. It might be one of my favorites because most of them are bad.
it.
Okay,
And
what's your answer?
well, I think it's less of a question. Which one is your favorite, and which one do you dislike the least? And I gotta go with Shazam.
You know what? I agree with you. That I think Shazam's really good. I really love Shazam.
Have you? Oh well, and I'll save that for later for when news and reviews comes out because we got some Shazam news.
Oh, then is it? I'm not gonna
Yeah,
speak.
I think you know what it is. I think you know what it is. I saw
Okay.
the. Yeah, it's funny. It's like the only film that isn't like dragged down by needing to be in a extended universe.
Yeah, and it kind of uses the extended universe well, I think, because it has
Yeah.
the what's his name, Billy's friend. So many references to it. But what was my last question going to be?
Come on.
Okay,
Yeah.
I remember. This is the actual last question, unless I think of any others.
Okay.
What is the movie coming out? It can be anything in life that you're most looking forward to.
What kind of question?
I
Obviously,
realized the answer as soon as I asked it. Why did
it's
I
got to
ask
be
that?
Spider-Man: No Way Home. I know that's what's most like basic answer. If it was Spider-Man Far From Home, I'd probably put Thor: Love and Thunder over that. But we got so many people rumored to come back in this
Yeah.
movie.
So is Love and Thunder number 2 for you?
Probably. Yeah.
Okay, so my number 1 is probably Fantastic Four, and that's just because I want to see a good one. Give
Okay.
me a good one.
I am super hyped for that movie, but they need to announce a little bit more for me to get super on board.
Actually, no, I'm lying. Sorry, it's not. Why did I say it's Fantastic Four? That's a lie. I'm sorry. It's the Batman with Robert Pattinson. Of course, it's the Batman. And
The
second place
Batman's
is
up there too.
Last Night in Soho, because if you can't tell, I bloody love Edgar Wright. I wish he was my dad. I don't know much about him.
I I think I've only seen 2 Edgar Wright movies.
Wow. So you've seen Baby Driver?
Yeah, I've seen Baby Driver. I've seen Scott Pilgrim.
Okay. Have you not seen any of the Cornetto trilogy?
I think I've seen Shaun of the Dead.
Okay. Oh, they too British for you. I'm Simon Pegg, and I star in the Cornetto trilogy. That's not what Simon Pegg sounds like. Okay. Well, anyway, thank you
All right.
for listening. Yeah, we'll be releasing episodes every Tuesday. Next Tuesday, we'll be talking about the Phantom Menace, and we will be improving it. Final thing, if you want to ask us questions, we'd love for you to ask us questions, preferably not a question that we've mentioned in this video.
Or just ask us that multiple times. Just copy and paste that, and then just
if you want to, and like make it vaguely related to movies and stuff. I don't want to be telling you about my favorite pasta dish.
I would. I on the other hand would love to answer that question.
Okay, if you want to ask questions like that, just make sure to write to Fluffy Duffy at the top, or if you're good friends with him, to Fluffy, because that's what his friends call him.
Yeah.
But anyway, if you want to ask us questions, email us at. It's not called Fluffy Duffy. That's what I say. It's not called Fluffy Duffy. It's called hdmovietalkpod@gmail.com. Very easy to spell. You spell it how you think you'd spell it. It's not. We're not trying to confuse you or anything. Okay, just deal with it. hdmovietalkpod@gmail.com, and subscribe to us and give us a rating and do whatever you normally do to listen to more of our episodes.
By rating, do you mean like
in the Apple Podcasts app?
Oh, okay.
You can give us ratings.
Do you use the Apple? I mean, I love Apple Podcasts if you're listening to us on that app. But I listen Spotify. I don't even think I even have the Apple Podcast app anymore.
They revamped it a couple days ago, and it actually
really?
makes it so much better. But I've always used it. I'm a big fan.
I gotta check it out.
Yeah, we're getting. Go on, check that out. And
Sorry, I'm sorry.
okay,
I'm sorry.
here's a deal. Here's a deal. You check that out, and I'll check out Prisoners. I think that's a fair
That's
trade.
fair. That's fair. That's fair.
But anyway, enough talking. We've rambled on for long enough. We'll see you next week when we talk about the Phantom Menace. Bye.
Bye bye.
Adios.